Das Radical.
A new legislation has been proposed for the Parliament of Iceland that would make December 1st a national holiday. December 1st in Iceland is known as Sovereignty Day, because on that day, almost 100 years ago, so December 1st, 1918, was the day when Iceland was declared a sovereign state, meaning Iceland became pretty much almost entirely independent, except that it was still part of the Danish kingdom. That is, the official head of state was the King of Denmark. Now, December 1st was, I believe, a national holiday all the way up until 1944, when Iceland became an independent republic, and since then the national holiday in which we celebrate independence has been June 17th, the birthday of Jón Sigurðsson. So June 17th is the Republic Day, while December 1st is the Sovereignty Day. So, Sovereignty Day, a national holiday. I like it. I think it should become a national holiday. And the arguments used for why this should become a national holiday, especially now on the centurion anniversary of our sovereignty, is because, well, legislatively speaking, the Sovereignty Day had a much more impact on the society of Iceland rather than Democracy Day, June 17th. Basically, the only thing that changed on June 17th, 1944 was that, well, the King of Denmark was replaced by the President of Iceland. But yeah, all the heavy lifting in our seek for independence had already been accomplished by the passing of the Sovereignty Act in 1918. So yeah, I think it should become a national holiday. But the main reason why I'm talking about it is not just because I think it is a good legislation, but I'm also talking about it because of the people who proposed this bill, and that would be the members of the Icelandic Central Party. That is the party that was created in the wake of last election, but excuse me, I just ate. Yeah, that was the party that was created in the wake of our last elections by Sigmundur Davíð Gunnlaugsson and several other former members of the Progressive Party that followed him. You may remember Sigmundur Davíð Gunnlaugsson being the Prime Minister that disgracefully resigned back in 2016, I believe it was. So yeah, for those of you who don't follow politics on a day-to-day basis, I'm guessing you live abroad or something, yeah, that guy left the Progressive Party and created his own party. And contrary to what common sense may have you believe, they actually got 10% of the votes or something like that in the last election. In a time where we already had a record amount of parliaments competing in the election. So we right now have 8 parties serving in the parliament, which is a record number. So yeah, very hard to get in with a new party in these days, but they somehow managed to do it. So, and this is something, this legislature here is proposing that December 1st would become a holiday. Even though I support it, this is just something so typical of the Central Party, because they don't have any substantive issues that they're fighting for. They claim that they are a center party because, you know, they take the best ideas from the left and right, but, you know, they claim to be populists, but they aren't. They're fake populists. Every single one of their policies is simply something that they borrowed from mainly the Progressive Party and also some other parties, and they just watered their policies down and coated them in a fake layer of populism. And there actually were, yeah, 10% of the voting population that voted for that. Amazing. So, yeah, this proposed legislation to make December 1st a national holiday, again, I agree with that. I think it's a great idea, and I think more parties should get involved. But this is the only thing that the Central Party really can do. Is, you know, because in the end, this legislation is not going to help some poor person be able to betterly improve their lives, or some disabled person, or whatever. It's just one of these things that seem populist and kind of are, but really will not make any sort of impact in anybody's lives. So this is this is basically what the Central Party stands for. No change, incrementalism and fake populism. So if you don't want change, I would still recommend you vote somebody else, because there are better parties out there that are much better at not promoting any real change. But yeah, basically that's all I wanted to say. A good piece of legislation from a political party that really has nothing to offer.
Das Radikal.